Let's create some Christmas decor using some thrifted items and salvage pieces in my stash.
Hello everybody and welcome into Emily's Upcycled.
For this first project, I am going to be creating a rag tree from this broken spindle I found, some Jubilee fabric along with some other strips of fabric I found in my stash, and this little pot that I found already filled with foam. I'm painting the pot here with French eggshell by Fusion, and I'll come in with some layered waxes which will change the tone of that color. And to add a little decorative element in here, I'm coming in with this cute little transfer by ILD and this cute little fox image, and we're going to place that onto our piece here. Now this is from the limited release from 2023, the Fairy Merry Christmas. It will be a transfer you will have to search for if you want it. I'm not sure how many people still have that, but once I have that on where I want, we're going to go ahead and just rub on that transfer and varnish that in with our plastic, making sure our transfer has a firm bond. Now to frame out our image, I'm coming in with the Frame ILD molds and just some DOS air dry clay you can find on Amazon. I'm going to fill this little square here with all that beautiful detailing around the edges. Going to smooth that out with a little popsicle stick here. Remove it from our molding, and I want that center image to not be there, so we're just going to cut that piece out. And to do that, I'm just using the back end of my popsicle stick or an end, removing that inner clay, getting that back into my bag, and placing this over our little fox image. Now I'm not worried about it all showing. I just want his cute little face basically in there. Smoothing out some Gorilla Glue on the back of my clay here. Add that to our surface, focusing on that little fox, and coming back in with our Fusion paint in French eggshell and cleaning up all the edges where that transfer is still exposed. I just want the framing there and that little fox, so we're just going to cover that up. Now the thought process here is to place this broken spindle in the center, and then we're just going to simply tie each of our little rags. Now this is the first time I'm doing this, but hindsight, I would have just measured all my little strips out, did the longer layers, and then worked up and making shorter little layers on the top. But right now I'm just coming in and tying little knots and ribbons or fabric strips onto the pieces, and I'm coming in also and clipping all the excess that I don't want and building as I go. I decided to come in with some lace items as well, but I don't want this stark white, so I'm just going to get a cup of coffee left over and dip all the fabrics that I want to coffee dye into this little cup, and then squeegee out all that coffee from our ribbon. And I should have did that over the cup there instead of placing it into the rag, but squeeze it out over your cup and then place it in your rag to remove any excess water. And then we're going to go ahead, slightly let these dry, but you know me, I'm impatient, so I went ahead and just put them on wet, and they will dry as they sit and as we work, and we'll let that thoroughly dry. Continue on with the process of layering up the ribbon, tying knots every which way, trimming it, and kind of shaping my tree and how I want. If you find an easier way to do this, I'm pretty sure you can. I just didn't really map anything out this time. I just went for it. And this is what we have so far. And I'm going to continue up this stem here, or this spindle, creating our tree. Just coming in with different fabrics and trimming up my excess and saving those strips as well, because we're going to come in any bald spots that we see, we're going to fold those scrap pieces of fabric and place them into our tree. So this is where I go ahead and fold all the scrap pieces of fabric in half and gluing them into our tree. I'm coming in with fabric tack. It'll hold from fabric to fabric. Just add some hot glue right now. So I continue that process of making small strips, folding them in half and placing those wherever I need more filler into my tree. So coming back to our pot, I am coming in with the Van Dyke Brown Glaze by Dixie Belle, and we're going to age up our piece, going very gently over that molding, over the little fox's face as well, and getting into our little plastic pot here that we painted up with that French eggshell. And then I'm just coming in with a brush to try to get into those really little crevices of the piece, And lastly, I'll finish everything off with DIY black wax, adding another color and a layer into all this pot, giving it a little bit more dimension to our piece. And as well, going around and probably highlighting some of that molding. I add my spindle with some hot glue into my pot. I coffee dyed some muslin fabric here, balled it up to give me a little bit more wrinkling into it, and then I'm going to place it on the bottom of my pot. I went ahead and add a little piece of salvage metal to the top of our tree as well, and then finished off with some little bit of fabric covering up that top. And here is our cute little tree. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Shop IOD, Fusion, or Dixie Belle products with that affiliate link in the description. For our next project, I found this Santa sign in my stash, and we're just gonna go over this to create a Santa workshop sign as well. I'm coming in with this beautiful shade of grayish brown from Dixie Belle in the color Driftwood. I'm going to just place that color right on top of this decoupage image and get the edges as well. And to really heat set everything down, I'm coming in with my heat tool, drying that first layer, and then coming in with a second layer and repeating that process. Now I'm really pushing down whatever rises from that paper, and then we'll go ahead and continue on layering up that beautiful shade of driftwood. We're going to come in with this Santa pick here, or stenciling. I did get this off of Amazon. I'm going to come in with a simple black paint I just got off from Hobby Lobby. It's in the chalk paint aisle, and then I go ahead and fill in all the little wording. Now that middle word, you see it says building toys for nice kids or something like that. That part didn't quite come out the way I wanted to, so I will go ahead and remedy that. I came in with that same driftwood color for the Santa, and I'm going to cover up that wording with that strip of fabric there. Now I want to come in with the gingerbread mold from IOD, and I'm just going to place my DOS air dry clay into that middle, and I just want one cute little gingerbread guy here. We're going to glue on that fabric strip here as well, tapering over the edges and then cutting off any excess material that we don't need, making sure we add glue so that our little fabric strip has a firm hold. Now as far as our molding, I'm coming in with just some Gorilla Glue, spreading that all around with my finger, especially onto those edges, and then we'll come back in with some fusion paint in the color Noel, which is this beautiful green shade, and I thought this would stand out a little bit more. It did not, but I'm going to go ahead and continue on filling in my words here with that Noel shade. Now once I get all these words completed, I'm thinking later on we'll come in and outline them, but I didn't quite make that on this video. I come in with my Van Dyke glaze, start filling in my molding, my little gingerbread guy, and you're gonna see he continues to get darker and darker, especially when I come to try to paint his little face, and you guys, that was a hot mess. So with that Fusion Noir, we come in and get his cute little overalls, and back in with that driftwood color for his little pocket buttons and trim. You can get this Van Dyke glaze also with my affiliate link down in the description. I'm going to bring back in that glaze, get those edges of our piece. Now you see that has a harsh line there because I had to leave and go get something to take off that excess. So it sat a little bit longer, but I'm going to go ahead and blend that in, blending it around the wording as well, just with a makeup little blending brush here, and come in over that North Pole as well, just giving this some age. I'm going to add this cute little Christmas tree to the side. And you guys, I wish I would have left that gingerbread without his face really exposed. But I come in with a little bit of gold gilding wax, highlight the lettering here, highlight a little bit of our gingerbread, and just add a little shimmer to our little cute sign here. Now I went a little heavy up there, but we're just going to go ahead and blend that in. Here is where I tried to add in his little face, and look how scary he looks, you guys. I don't know what happened here, but I went ahead and covered that up with some more Van Dyke glaze, and then try to do another face off camera. We're going to skip that part, you guys. You guys can imagine how that went for a while. I'm going to go ahead and make this messy little bow here, just making my little pretzel rings as I call them, stuffing some greenery, and then adding a cute little Santa tag on the corner, and then finishing this off. Now, you guys let me know what you think of his face so far, and I hope it's okay, but we might have to go over that. But here is the finished look so far. To shop with me, give me a follow over on Whatnot, as well as follow me on Facebook Marketplace. For our next project, I am taking salvage blocks, giving them a light sanding, and we are going to make some faux presents here. Decor pieces. I am coming in with some Fusion all-in-one paint in the color Noel. Now, if you guys want an all-in-one product, Fusion is a great paint to use. I'm using some fabric strips here from Jubilee Fabric. I'm going to cut those in half, and then we're going to go ahead and layer these up, crossing one way, crossing the other one the other way to make our little ribbon for our little gifts here. Now with that paint, I also did a very distressed look, weathered look here, and gave these a rustic vibe. I'm just using hot glue to go ahead and start my ribbon, layer that around our block, and then when I get back up to the start, I go ahead and add more hot glue and place that ribbon in, and repeat that process going the other direction. All I'm doing is adding the hot glue on the tops, and then once again, you guys, taking more strips here, making my little pretzels, and then layering this up to make us a little rag style bow here with different Jubilee fabric strips that I had. Went ahead and layered those in the front here, and then with my staple gun I added some staples in the center because I want my bows to pop up and not lay flat on this piece. So I'm just going to add some staples, trim off the excess. You can make your ribbons as long as you want here, but I'm going to go ahead and trim and kind of even out, fluff out our bows, and then we put a little wood round in the center that I got off of the bottom ends of my bottle brush trees, layered in this cute little wood tag with our Van Dyke glaze, and add like a little postal stamp on two of these little tags. I did get these little wood tags off of Temu. I went ahead and put some little strips of jute through those little holes, attached the tips with some hot glue, and then came in and layered up some greenery. I just loved how these cute little gifts came out. I add some little rusty bells, also from Temu, on the little leaves here, just to give us a little rusty element as well. But you guys let me know what you think of these projects. I think they came out super adorable. For more DIY content and to catch me live, give me a follow over on my Facebook business page. I would love to see you there. And if you like my content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. New videos will be out every Wednesday and every Sunday here on Emily's Upcycled Home. If you missed my last video, go ahead and check that out with the link in the description.
So thank you all for joining me for today's video. Let me know what you think of these projects. Don't discard any of your salvage pieces, your missing pieces down in your stash, things that you didn't even think about. Bring those pieces out, get your reels turning, and create with those items. You'll come up with some beautiful projects. Trust me, you will. And I hope you guys enjoyed these projects as well. Go ahead and give me a like, a thumbs up, and hit me a comment down below. Let me know which project was your favorite. I think mine personally was the cute little blocks as presents. I just love the rustic look and the little, I don't know, something about the bows and all the colors I chose. I just thought it was a beautiful cutesy piece that you can create with. So thanks again everybody for stopping in at Emily's Upcycle Home. Give me a follow if you haven't yet. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys all on the next one. Bye friends.